Is it good? Allergy? Because I love allergy, dude, but you know. Okay, it's allergy. Let's just watch it.
Easy now. If you ain't careful, sex can lead to some terrible things. Herpes, squat rot, or even worse, something called a relationship. That's why I often meet John Gray to find out how to avoid one. Aight?
Hey, wicked! Wicked!
So what's your opinion on abortion rights or women's reproductive?
Yo, I was totally into abortion. I was been responsible for at least 5, so, you know, I was well up for it.
Find out what abortion is! Find out what it is!
So why is you so pro-abortion?
We're not pro-abortion, we're pro-life.
Has you ever had an abortion?
No, I've never had an abortion.
Surely you should try something before you say it is banned.
Oh no, we've known many women that have had an abortion, yes.
But like, I was very, very anti-Burger King. But then, you know, me went there and me tried the flame-grilled Whopper, and it was like, you know, it was amazing. What be your name?
Father Dean Schultz.
Your respect. Say, is you very anti-abortions because you yourself was aborted?
No, I wasn't aborted.
So you ain't never got a whole preggers? You ain't never got a whole preggers?
No.
So is that because you use connies or does you file blanks?
This interview is over.
Jesus, okay, dude.
Can we ever go on the ladder?
Hear me now, come on the back of the bus. Hear me now. Free Nelson Mandela! Free Nelson Mandela!
Let's make this clear. You was campaigning to make abortions cheaper. Why is that?
I'm completely against it. I'd like to see Roe versus Wade overturned. Personally, I would wait until I was married to have sex with someone and to...
So what, is you married or not?
No, I'm not married yet.
So what, is you a virgin?
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh, but you're joking.
No.
This is going on telly, you know.
That's great.
Ask me how old I was when I lost my cherry.
Well, why don't you just tell me?
11 years old, and she was like 24 and a model. And she wanted more. I just didn't want to commit, innit?
We shall overcome.
End it.
We shall overcome.
Okay, alright. Okay, spit some bars, man. Come on. Okay.
Abortion.
We shall overcome someday.
So fresh.
Okay. Guys, listen, dude. I love LAG, dude. The thing is that they'd, I don't know. More, guys, there's not that much more, man. Guys, there's a limit to how much there is to it. There's not infinite amount of LAG.
Check it. People has been reading books for millions of years, but thanks to new technology, now they is able to write them as well. That is why I is off to New York to sell some book ideas. Boom! I has written a romance book. The title is A Kiss on the Lips. Not those ones, you dirty devil. Normal ones. Who knows hoes more than anyone else in the world? Me. This is written from a man who has boned over 6 bitches, and 9 if you include fingers and thumbs. It's called The Crown. Story is this. Some terrorists come into the UK and then manage to stick a grenade up the Queen's punani. And like, I's got 48 hours to get it out.
Now, I didn't quite hear what you said. Where has this bomb been hidden?
In her puni.
That's a little bit off kilter. That's more of a thriller espionage, and I do primarily science fiction.
All right, well, I can set it like on a spaceship. Does you know how much money the film Lord of the Rings has made?
I have no idea.
Literally thousands of dollars.
Hundreds, millions of dollars.
Me is gonna write a book version of the film Lord of the Rings.
But there is a book called Lord of the Rings. The movie was based on a book called Lord of the Rings.
Problem is, when bitches is reading it on the bus or in a library, them don't have the privacy to strum their own banjo. You know, flick their own baked bean. So the answer is that this book stimulate not only the mind, but also the punani. How? I'll show you. It vibrates.
I would say this would be a first in publishing. I've never heard of anything like this.
Here is the story.
I just wanted to tell you
It
that
start
your
off
streams are absolute juice of
President
content.
Bush
Keep it up,
and his
Nosy.
missus,
Oh, and also,
Laura,
chat, we need to break.
they is opening a swimming pool. She sees the lifeguard. She look at his face. Nice. She look at his bling. Nice. She look at his dong. Very nice. We's all heard of World War II. But did you know that a few years before that was something called World War I?
Yeah, sure.
I've got new interviews with Germans in that is gonna like throw a whole new light on the whole thing.
Contemporary Germans?
No doubt. They was students staying at my mate Ricky C's mum's house. Me asked one of the girls if her granddad was Arnold Hitler. You know the one with the small tash?
Yeah, I know who Hitler is.
No doubt. Because she had like, you know, a similar one
From
on
the same guy who played
So
PG Smile
me was chatting to her, and the moment me said it, she get up, put her panties back
Holy
on, and I ain't
fucking shit,
never
chat, tell
heard
Goblin
from her
Noise here and
since. Explain that.
You'd have to explain it. I couldn't explain it.
She speak like this. I can't think like this. My husband is the most powerfulest man in the whole world, probably. The only reason him went and did that war with Iraq was because I made one comment about what Saddam Hussein's cock must be like. Interesting. Got one other book idea.
What is that?
I is going to write President Bush's autobiography.
You're going to write his biography.
Autobiography.
Hey, XQC Commodore. Hey.
Yeah, okay. Why would he even consider listening to you?
3 words. $5,000 cash.
That means nothing to him.
Smile.
All right, $5 billion.
Where are you going to get $5 billion?
That's where you comes in. Is you up for handing over some cash?
Well, I think the most you're not going to like that figure because it's so low. But at this point, the only amount I could possibly give you is $50 to sign this book.
I'll take it.
Okay, well, dude. $50, boys. 50 whole bucks.
You should watch Ali GS music video.
Okay, chat. This is the last one. Okay, we're not watching anyone after this. Last video. Chat. This is the only one that is like the interview format, right? But we haven't seen it before.
Coming up 9 minutes.
Boom, selector. Check it.
These are always funny.
We was chatting about medical ethics.
There are some clips
What
on
is the
YouTube.
illness that they give out
I'll watch it.
ganja for?
I believe they've used it for glaucoma.
Where could I catch a disease like that from?
I don't know you catch it. I think it's something that can develop.
Does they give you like Kingston Super Skunk, or does they just give you normal Maui Maui?
That I don't know.
Here you go,
Is
content from
normal
Canada, so you
medicine
can stop
best
yo-ing
at curing
content
people,
from
or
other
should you look to
do that.
alternatives? Now, you is a homophobic doctor. What's that like?
Homeopathic.
All right. All right. Yo.
Yeah.
No, seriously, keep your own prejudices at home, because, you know, there might be gaylords out there who's watching this now. I don't want you to insult them. So,
No, you used the word
you should
homophobic.
take that back, that word that you said.
I didn't use the word you did. I used the word homeopathic, which is a system for deciding when people are sick, what medicinal substance will most help that individual.
I think it's wrong to say that them people is sick. They've got a different way of living than us.
You have misunderstood, sir.
I don't want to be the guy who's in charge of this whole thing saying that kind of language is okay. Sorry. So, what is cloning?
Cloning is basically where they take a cell and they make it grow into a living creature.
Does you think cloning is right?
Doing something this unusual is very, very dangerous. First of all, we already know that their experience with this has shown many, many failures.
All right. Well, what about if you could clone Foxy Brown? I bet you wouldn't say no to that.
Well, since I do not know who that individual is, I can't say absolutely no.
Foxy Brown, you know, she ain't called Foxy for nothing. She's fly like serious Babylons.
I see.
Yo, would you be into that if you could clone Foxy Brown?
No.
I was getting you, don't like brown sugar, whatever. What about if it was Carmen Electra?
No, because basically I'm opposed to the issue of producing life in this circumstance.
All right, I was getting you. I didn't mean to assume anything. So what about if it was George Michaels? Would you be up for cloning him?
No, as I said before, scientifically it is not known what will ever occur in such a circumstance.
There was two boys in my school called Alan Lambert and Phil Lambert, and they was exactly the same, like same hair, same eye color, same height. They even was born on the same day. Does you think that they was clones?
No, they weren't cloned. They were what is called identical twins.
How does you know that they was twins?
Well, the nature of the way the mother had to...
Does you know them?
Yes.
You know
The
Phil
doctors,
or Alan?
I don't know those two
All
gentlemen.
right, because I think Phil moved to America, that's why I thought maybe you met him or something.
Oh.
Let's talk about doctors. Does they have the right to end old people's lives?
That's euthanasia.
Why is it the responsibility of the euthanasia for killing someone else? Surely it's between that patient and the doctor.
Euthanasia is the term that's used when you are killing. It's a nice word for killing.
Well, whatever. You were saying that it's mainly Asian youths that is...
No.
Does you think that they're responsible for this? You don't also agree with him?
Who's responsible for it?
No.
The euthanasia.
I think we're getting confused here. Euthanasia comes from the Greek word for death.
Let me understand what you were saying. You were saying that it got nothing to do with young people in Asia. You were saying that occasionally there's some doctors here who may be from Asia who do this.
That's correct, but they could also be from the United States.
But they're mainly from Asia.
No.
Even though
No.
the ones that are there behave themselves very well.
No, the Asians,
They have
we
nothing
have
to do with
absolutely no evidence that the Asians do it more than we do.
So let's talk about plastic surgery. I heard about this thing, and it's probably rubbish, that some girls actually gets their Babylons reduced. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
For real?
What? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Ain't that selfish, though? Because, like, it's one woman getting backache, but you was taking away thousands of men getting pleasure, isn't it?
I think you're misunderstanding once again. I'm talking about grossly enlarged, where they are not attractive.
Well, I was talking about nice ones.
Oh, I see. Well, it's a matter of taste.
Respect. So, chat about that after.
Go on, dude. Jesus. That was too loud. Chat was the chat. We watched a lot of allergy, dude, okay? Okay, one more time. Again, one last time. One last time, again, one more time.
Wagwan. Politics. Everyone has heard the word.
It's 5 minutes and then we'll do again time. Also, let me just fix something real fast. Fast. Just make sure I don't leak anything, you know? Got it.
But what does it really mean? I don't know. But the people around here knows. Is democracy all that?
I think one of the famous politicians, Winston Churchill, once said that something like that democracy is the worst form of government except for all the others.
That's right.
And I think what he meant.
That's right.
I think what he meant was it's.
What?
That's what he said. It's the worst form of government except for all the others.
The others.
Others like dictatorships and totalitarian. He was talking about Hitler and Stalin and sort of comparing what it was like to live in these other systems that didn't have democracy.
But in England we don't have democracy and we do all right.
England is a democracy. You have democracy. It's just a little different from ours.
Well, does he live there?
I've lived there in England.
I've lived there too.
Well, I've lived there all my life, so I think I know a little bit more about this than you.
Okay.
A lot more.
I'm sure you do.
You know, like, do you know England is part of Great Britain?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, where's the capital?
The capital of which? Of
England.
Of England? London is what I thought was the capital.
All right. All right, so he does know your stuff. So why does so few young people vote?
Part of it is that they don't believe that their vote matters. They've got other things that they want to do with their time.
Wouldn't it be more better, instead of having a voting age, just saying, all right, if you has got pubes, you can vote?
I would be willing to try it in some smaller way, first as an experiment in something like that, and seeing if we did that, how that would work.
What does you think, Professor? Could you do that and just say, yo, if you've got pubes, you can vote. If you can't, you ain't an adult.
Well, one of the questions is, how do you prove that?
Well, I'd check the girls, all right?
Regardless of what anybody says about you, when you reach 18, you can vote.
But why 18, as we say on the street?
That has nothing to do with you being responsible for yourself.
Does you not agree?
I suppose, you know, in some way, if you're saying if a person is able to have a child, does that person get to be able to vote?
Shouldn't clever people get to vote more times than stupid people? Because I don't see any reason why I should get the same amount of votes as somebody who's an ignoramus.
I think that's a question that has challenged people for, hundreds of years. And so, no, the answer to your question is no.
Is it true that more people vote for the winner of American Idol than voted for the president?
All I know is that about half the people who could vote for president vote, and about half don't.
So legally, should Ruben Studdard be president?
Okay, you have to remember, on American Idol, you can sit there at your phone all day and call every second, okay? It's not one vote, one person.
Does you think it's because he's black that he ain't president?
No, it's different being president.
It is much different. And of course, people in the entertainment arena have become president. Ronald Reagan was a big Hollywood star.
And it's just happened again. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was a big movie star his entire life, he started out and ran for governor of California.
Weightlifter, too, remember?
I think he's got it wrong. He probably played a role in a movie where he was a governor. He didn't actually become a governor. It's make-believe.
Actually, he did become a governor.
No. Just because he plays a Terminator, it don't mean he is. I used to think that he was the Terminator. Then, when I saw him in a different film, in Kindergarten Cop, we realized that obviously him weren't.
He is now governor of California. Honestly, I'm not lying to you.
So who's your guy that you hope is going to get president now?
Kerry, John Kerry. I'm supporting him.
But ain't that ridiculous? I mean, he's a very good actor. He was good in Pet Detective, whatever. But why should he have the right to be president?
Oh,
Just
you're
'cause-
thinking about Jim Carrey, I think.
Well, whatever. You said Jim, we said
John,
John, whatever.
John Kerry, different person.
Different person.
Different person.
Different person.
I know it's a different person.
John
His
Kerry.
on-screen personality
No.
and him off-screen.
Oh.
I'm sure he's into politics.
No.
No,
I'm
two
not
different people.
campaigning right now for anyone who has been in a movie.
20 years ago, women didn't have the vote, but nowadays equal. Does you think in 20 years' time, animals will have the vote?
No. I don't think that.
Why not?
It would be so hard to be able to prove that almost every animal that we know about could understand what they're voting about.
Wicked.
Very
Keep it
fine.
real.
Very
Respect.
fine. Very
All right.
fine.
Respect.
Very fine. Very fine.
Respect.
Respect.
Yo,
Respect.
respect. Say.
You wanted.
Check this out, yo. I is here with my main woman, Naomi Wolf. She be well important feminist and has like written enough books about that kind of stuff. Do you think that women should have equal rights in the workplace?
Yeah, do you?
Wow. Well, ain't there the problem that if they start getting them there, then they're going to start asking for them at home?
Yeah.
Dan's game clap.
Research has shown, this is my favorite statistic in misconceptions, that the most erotic thing a man can do for a woman is the dishes, is housework.
Is do the dishes?
Well, after she's had a
I
child.
thought it was the figure of eight.
What?
The figure of eight when you...
Well, that's good
'Cause
before.
that is
Yeah.
what I use, baby,
Okay, well,
yeah.
that's good. That's good.
All right then, no offense, but if you were so equal,
Yeah.
how come even the things that you claim that you was better at men, at like cooking, you know, you ain't?
Well, who says women are better at cooking?
All the best chefs in the world is like men, like, you know, Colonel Sanders, man or woman, Ronald McDonald. Them is like a million times better than Wendy.
Big old cock.
Yes, a very good question. I mean, I guess I have to say I never claimed that women are better cooks than men. You're right. The great chefs have all been men.
You wanted. This is nothing else. Yeah, 5 minutes now. 5 minutes.
Do you reckon now that women has got more job opportunities than men?
No, I do not.
Because, you know, you've got all the lap dancers, all the bitch, the woman in the rap videos, whatever, strippers, you know.
A lot of countries in Eastern Europe are collapsing, and women like me,
For real.
you know, have to sell sex in order to
For real.
eat, you know, in order to look after their children. And there's
But
nothing sadder.
if you did, you would make loads. I'm not saying you never have to. But
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Is the
I
intro?
appreciate
No,
that
we're just
'cause I'm
playing
almost
Rust in 5
40,
minutes.
So
We're waiting
that's
for it.
nice that, you know, I could possibly take to the streets if I needed to. But let me tell you, honestly, how would you feel if you had to sell sex? Your sex?
what if people pay me money for sex?
No, honestly, I
Look
know,
at my,
like,
I
okay,
would be there
yeah, you
every
think it's
day.
so cool.
I would
Yeah,
do
right, you
be
would do
late
that.
in the
Yeah,
office
yeah,
24 hours a
right,
day,
yeah.
7 days a week, 365.
I mean, would you call a woman a bitch? Would you say you're my bitch and expect her to feel really cared for and respected?
Well, with me Julie, I've got a girlfriend and I do sometimes call her my bitch, but you know, in the bedroom, whatever, you know, that is, them words come out and, you know, she ain't got a problem with it.
Okay. Gee, I'm kind of speechless.
I ain't calling her a bitch, I was calling her my bitch.
bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, my bitch. Okay, you know, I guess we're just really speaking at
For
cross
what?
purposes because
So what
I'm
is
so
it?
offended by this, I can't even tell you.
Hey, cut short, dude.